Okay, let's dive into something you've probably seen blowing up online. These Amazon warehouse return pallets.
Oh, yeah, those ads are everywhere, especially like on TikTok.
Exactly. They promise these incredible deals showing mystery boxes full of high-end stuff.
Right. You see videos maybe of people finding iPhones, PS5s, Xboxes, even specific PC parts like Zotac graphics cards.
Mac products too. Sometimes they even mention the i14 Pro Max, all supposedly super cheap from sites like, what was it, Amaclearbox.com.
Yeah, that's one of the names floating around. And it always feels just way too good to be true, doesn't it?
It really does. So our mission today is to figure out what's really going on. Are any of these online pallet offers legit, or is it all just a scam? And, how do they keep popping up?
Well, first things first, the source material we looked at confirms that genuine Amazon return pallets are a real thing. So that part isn't made up.
Okay, so they exist. But how does the real process work? Is it different from clicking an ad on TikTok?
Massively different. The legitimate market is mostly business to business, B2B. Amazon sells huge lots of return goods, often through big liquidation companies or specific platforms like Bstock.
So not really something the average person buys directly from an online ad for 50 bucks.
Generally, no. If you are serious about buying pallets, the advice is usually to find actual physical liquidation warehouses, mostly in the US, that you can potentially visit.
Gotcha. So these online ads pointing to sites like amaclebox.com, they're leading you somewhere else entirely.
Exactly. They're leading you straight to a scam website. You're not buying a pallet, you're walking into a digital trap.
And these sites, they're pretty bold, aren't they? Using the Amazon logo, talk about Prime Day clearance.
Oh, completely. They go all out to mimic Amazon. They use the logos, the branding, promise these huge discounts, like 80% off.
And the videos.
Yeah.
Ones showing people unboxing amazing electronics.
Well, according to the sources, those videos are almost always stolen. They're often low-quality clips lifted from, say, real YouTubers reviewing products, or maybe even people who did buy legitimate liquidation stock somewhere else.
Ah, so they just grab those clips to make the scam look real.
Precisely. It's all about deception. They use urgent language, too, maybe mentioning upcoming holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving, pushing you to buy now.
Okay, so you click the ad, you land on a fake site, you see a stolen video. What's the actual risk? You just lose the, say, $50 they advertise.
That's where it gets even trickier. Losing the initial amount is bad enough, but the sources point to something more like a bait and switch.
How so?
It often works like a subscription trap. That tempting low price, maybe $50, isn't the real goal for them when you enter your credit card details.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you might be unknowingly signing up for a recurring monthly subscription. Suddenly you're being charged hundreds of dollars month after month.
Wow. So the $50 pallet is just the bait to get your card info for much larger repeated charges.
That seems to be the core mechanic described. So the risk isn't just losing 50 bucks, it's potentially losing hundreds or more before you realize what's happened.
Which brings us to a really critical point from the sources. How are these scams, these specific scam websites, managing to advertise so widely?
Right. If it's so obviously fraudulent, fake logos, stolen videos, these payment traps, how are they getting ads placed on major platforms?
The sources single out TikTok and also Meta platforms.
Yes. The material explicitly states that these tech giants are accepting money from these scammers to run the ads.
So the platforms are actually profiting from the ads that kickstart the fraud.
That's what the sources indicate. By taking the ad revenue, they're effectively giving the scammers that essential first step, access to millions of potential victims, access to you.
That feels systemic. It's not just a few ads slipping to the cracks if specific scam domains are repeatedly buying visibility.
Exactly. It raises serious questions about platform accountability. Are they prioritizing ad dollars over user safety? If their review process flagged these clear policy violations, stolen logos, deceptive claims, the ads shouldn't run.
The fact that they do run, and run consistently according to the sources, suggests maybe the enforcement isn't as robust as it could be. Or perhaps revenue is influencing decisions.
It seems that way. So the core advice for you, the listener, has to be clear. Do not trust these online pallet offers, period.
Especially the ones promising unbelievable tech deals for next to nothing.
Right. If you genuinely have an interest in liquidation goods, look for reputable physical B2B liquidators or maybe establish physical warehouses you can research. Don't click the TikTok ad.
The bottom line is, if any online deal, particularly for hot items like iPhones or game consoles, seems ridiculously cheap.
It's almost certainly a scam designed to get your money or your credit card details, very likely through one of these hidden subscription traps.
And that leaves us with a pretty unsettling thought to wrap up on, doesn't it?
It does.
If the very platforms we use every day, the ones meant to connect us, are apparently accepting money that facilitates fraud, what does that really mean for trust online, for protecting ourselves in the digital marketplace?
Yeah, what happens when the gatekeepers seem to be, well, leaving the gate open for scammers because they pay for access?
Something for you to definitely mull over next time an unbelievable deal pops up in your feed.